Okay, let's talk a little bit about Azure resource groups. Resource groups are something we use to kind of organize our Azure tenant and all of the things it contains. So we can create resource groups around departments, around locations, or around resource types, whichever way you want to do it. The point is, it gives us a way to organize and structure our Azure resources and make them a little bit easier to manage. So down here in Navigate, we're going to have our resource groups. And as you can tell, I was here just recently because we have resource groups up here. Remember, this changes as we move along with whatever the most recent thing that we did was. So I'm going to open it up down here. It's going to take you to the same place. And this is going to list all of our resource groups. Now, the way this will typically work is we'll create a resource group, and then we can create resources and add to that resource group. And like I said, I mean, we can do this any way we want. We can do it around projects. We can do it around something more permanent. We can do it around something more temporary, whichever way we want to do it. So creating a resource group is pretty straightforward. I'm going to click on my create button or my create button here. Either one works. So I'm going to create a new resource group. And so we're going to identify our subscription, and I have the Azure for Students subscription, and then our resource group name, and then the region where we want this to exist. So I'm going to create this resource group. We're going to call this Demo Resources. Can't put spaces in it. So I'm going to do demo_resources. And then I'm going to set my location where I want this resource group to be housed. And since I'm in the Western US, I'm going to pick US West number 2 just to keep it a little more closer geographically. And then my next one has to do with tags. Now, tags are something we've seen before, but we haven't really talked about. Tags are like a key value pair. So I can have a tag name and then I can have tag values. So I could have like department and then IT, sales, marketing, whatever. And those tags we will use to logically organize things into categories. So I'm not going to set a tag name here, but when you start thinking about that, it makes it easier later on to go find things by tag or filter things by tag. So just remember, it's the tag name and then the tag value. So it's that pair or like a key value. So I'm going to skip that and I'm going to go to review and create. Now it passes validation. Right? Everything looks good. I can go ahead and do this and I'm going to click create. And my resource group was created. So now I have this demo resource group. So we go back home. And if I want to view things by resource group, I can just click on resource groups right here. And this is going to show me all of my resource groups. And then I can create a new resource group, manage my view, export to CSV, or click to open a resource group. And when I do that, this is going to show me all of my resources that are part of this particular group. So here for my demo resources, I have my overview, my access control, my tags that are related to it, resource visualizer events, settings, a bunch of other things I can do with it. I can create resources here. I can manage the view, delete my resources group, query, whatever. So the idea here is if I had multiple divisions, departments, projects, however I choose to organize this, I can create a group for each one. And when I go to that group, as long as I put my resources related to that group in that particular resource group, this is going to show me all of them. And so this gives me a quick and easy way to see, okay, what resources are devoted to which resource group, or if I want to manage resources and I don't want to go hunting for all of them because I have, 27 virtual machines, I can just, 14 databases or whatever I have, I can click on my resource group and it will take me to everything related to that department, division, project, whatever we're doing. Okay. So if I want to remove my resource group, that's here. This is delete resource group. Now this is kind of a nuclear option because when you delete the resource group, it takes out the resource group and then anything that's in it. So if I have virtual machines, databases, storage pools, whatever, as resources in this resource group, when I delete the resource group, that all goes away and it cannot be undone. It is a nuclear option. Now, there is something that when you go to delete it, it actually does warn you about that. So I click on delete resource group. It says, hey, delete this resource group to be deleted, demo resources, dependent resources to be deleted, and then it would display all of them here. Hey, if you take out this demo resources, you're taking out all of these things too. And then to try to kind of help people from accidentally getting click happy and deleting something by accident, you actually have to down here enter the resource group name to confirm deletion. So I'm going to do demo underscore resources. And now that it matches, notice if my delete option is not available. Once I get that to match completely, then my delete option becomes available. I can go ahead and click delete. Are you sure you want to do this? Deleting a resource group and its dependent resources is a permanent action and cannot be undone. Yep, I want to. So I click OK. And then it takes it a little while to go ahead and do that. Okay, so there we go. Resource groups are a great way to help organize resources around however you want to organize them for your particular organization. Deleted, deletion completed. We have no more resource groups to display. It's gone now. Resource groups become a great way to organize. Tags are very useful for organizing as well. Resource groups become a great way to organize and manage resources inside Azure. I almost said Azure Active Directory, inside Azure itself. So awesome tool to take advantage of. If you only have a few resources, doesn't really matter. But if you're using Azure heavily and you have a lot of resources, this can really, really help with your management of all of your different Azure resources.